ye tugutweragia nawe ugategureria ugatumenyithia uria we utariĩ rĩrĩa twakuhoya nĩ ũtũmaga tũgũtaũkwo.
Wow, thanks so very much, our brother, for your good song. May the Lord God bless you and keep you strong. Once again, this is Mataro TV coming to you live from our studios. It is my joy to invite all of us to join us even as we embark on our very topic of social leadership today. And I believe to those of us who've been following Mataro TV, you've been able to learn so much, and I hope that you're going to implement the same. Once again, as I've just said, this is Mataro TV. We are ready for you, and I believe that you're also preparing to receive something new that will help you build your life to becoming better than it was yesterday. I want to take this opportunity gladly to invite all of us who love Mataro TV from whatever corners of the world where you are. Let you know that you are most welcome to join us on this journey that we started, all of us together. Yes, to those of us that are joining through Facebook, I encourage all of you to continue inviting so many people to join us even as we get into this class of wisdom. To those of us that are joining through YouTube, do the same, and please let many know that we are on air, and also help them to subscribe in order for them to continue learning more. To those that are joining through Twitter and through TikTok and also Instagram, not forgetting to sharing in our WhatsApp group. Please, to those all other media platform, wherever you are, please, I request humbly that you invite as many friends as possible. Today is another great day that the Lord has given to all of us, and I believe we are rejoicing wherever we are, and we are ready to learn something today. It's that my hope and prayer that all of us are ready to learn something new today. Now that we have just started, I don't want to rush anybody into what you're about to do, but I want to give us some enough time to prepare ourselves for the lesson of the day. But before we get there, allow me to invite from the four corners of our beloved country, our brothers and sisters. Welcome on board, and let us join together even as we get to understand better how we ought to raise and nurture and mentor our boys. To those of us that are from Western Kenya, you are most welcome. To those that are from the Northern Kenya, to the coast, Eastern, every part of our nation, please be welcomed and feel at home. Let's cross the border and go to Tanzania. Yes, our brothers and sisters in Tanzania, you are most welcome. I believe you are enjoying and you are feeling good wherever you are. I want to promise all of us in East Africa, that is Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Congo, and South Sudan, that it will be hot today, and we're going to enjoy ourselves even as we listen from the class of wisdom. Not forgetting to invite those other brothers and sisters from the entire, the whole of Africa, that is, all nations of Africa, wherever you are tuned in, you are most welcome to join us in Mataro TV, even as we push on the very topic that you have already started. Be reminded, it is only in Mataro TV where boy child is getting built up through this wisdom, through this knowledge. It is only in Mataro TV where the boy child is getting the boy child is getting what they need for their development and what they need even for their future. So every boy child, wherever you are, please get tuned, because there is something so special for you today. I want also to cross over to the Arab countries. I know there are brothers and sisters who are foreign from those countries. Please be informed that today we have something so hot for all of us, and something that will help us rise from a place of defeat to a place of victory. I want to welcome those that are in the Western nations, USA, Britain, Germany, and other nations of Europe, yes, Asia, and every other part of the world. You are most welcome, and feel that this is the place where you belong, and this is the place where you're most welcome. Mataro is here for you. Mataro TV cannot dare let you down. Mataro TV cannot frustrate you. Mataro TV cannot discourage you. We'll give you the best, and I promise it will be hot today. So prepare for the best today, and I believe that you're going to enjoy, not to endure. Let's switch to the other side of the studio, even as we receive a number waiting to start or to get started from where we stopped on our last lesson. Okay, enjoy the song that is coming on air from the other side of the studio.
Uhoro wa meya ni wanindeire uhonokia wakwa ukihonokia riu ningũkwenda gũkĩra mbere. Kwenda gũkĩra mbere.
Thanks also very much, Pastor Tabitha and the team. May the Lord God bless you for your good song. Today we are going to embark on our very topic, that is the topic of social leadership. And I want to continue proving to us the importance of having a healthy social life. And maybe just but to mention, I want to allow every one of us to understand that when our social lives are wanting, we'll struggle so much in this world. Can I repeat myself again? That when our social lives are wanting, we'll struggle so much in this world. And that is not how God intended that we live our lives. God intended that we enjoy our lives by interacting with one another, and be reminded that we are social beings who ought to socialize all the time. And once that social connection is cut from us, many things go wrong. And that's why we are taking time to get to understand the importance of carrying with us a healthy social life. Now, it is very important that we understand today, because I know a majority of you are following right now. It is important that we understand today that God, in His wisdom, made sure that that none of us can be self-sufficient in any way. God, in his wisdom, made sure that none of us can be sufficient in his own way. Our sufficiency comes from others. So God never created any one of us complete. He created all of us to interconnect in one way or the other and to make one another better. So God made sure that there are things that are in you that you can do better and do better than anybody else in the world. God made sure that he has deposited in you things that you can do and do better than anybody else in the world. So I want all of us to get to understand that ourselves, all of us as human beings, we've been created differently, and we've been created in a unique way and also in a special way. And that's why I'm saying that there are things in you that you can do better than anybody else in this world. And there are also things in me that I can do better than anybody else in the world. And you can bear me witness that even as we are so many in the world, the billions of people that we have in the world, none of us has some fingerprints that are maybe as similar to their brothers or their sister. All of us carries with us some different fingerprints. As much as we are in billions living in the service of the earth, our fingerprints are totally different, and that is what gives us identity, and that is what differentiates us from one another. So in the same manner, there are things in us that we can do better than anybody else in the whole world. And so if you are not trying to understand such from a social life or from social life, I'm telling you, this world will be a very tough place for you to live. You need to understand that nobody should look you down. You need to understand that you should not allow yourself to be demeaned, but you should carry yourself with dignity. You should carry yourself with respect, because no matter how strong or how weak you are, there are things in you that only you can do and do better than any one of us. So from today, to those of us, daughters and sons, who are feeling like they are so weak and that they do not have any place in the society, and it's like they cannot make anything out of life, I'm here to enlighten you. I'm here to make you see things better and see things in a different way. Get to understand that no matter how strong you are, no matter how how educated you are, no matter how informed you are, you cannot be complete without that other brother, that other sister. And that's why I'm encouraging the weak to stand on their feet and start living their life from today, knowing that even in their weakness, they have something so unique, so special that nobody else has. And they should, carry that thing with them and help others become better in their own contribution. So get to understand from today that none of us who are God's creation, God created to do nothing. Every one of us who is God's creation, we were created to supplement one another, to complement one another. That is, we need to understand that we are there for one another in our social lives, and we should not allow anybody to disconnect us from social life. Remember, we are social beings, and we must always interact with one another and relate with one another. I don't want to rush rush us into this. I want us to go systematically for all of us to get to understand that we possess in us, no matter how weak we feel to be, we still have something so special carried inside of us. No matter how strong we feel to be, we cannot overlook those that are weak. Even them that are weak, they have something for the strong people, and the strong people have something for the weak people. And today we are here to balance the equation such that nobody will look the other down, but all of us will compliment one another, all of us will appreciate one another, and all of us will seek for ways and means on how to connect with one another. Let's switch on to the other side of the studio and receive a number. And I believe as we are switching on to the other side of the studio, you are alerting as many people as possible, making them understand that we are on air and we have something so special for all of us. This is for daughters and sons, so do not keep yourself off from these, but be part of these. And I hope and believe that some days you remember these and you'll be able to say, were it not for that lesson that I learned, maybe I'll not be here today. But thank God, because at the end of the day, all of us are going to benefit from these. And God bless you as you continue tuning in. Let's receive a number from the other side of the studio. Thanks so very much, Sister Marianne, for your good song. May the Lord God bless you and do you good. I want to elaborate on what I've just said, because it's needful that I break down what I'm trying to communicate to us. I want to start small and rise to that higher level of understanding. And I want to ask us a small question, or a very simple question. Did you know that today you talk because somebody somewhere trained you on how to talk? We take it for granted that it's a must that we talk. No, it doesn't happen like that. The way you talk and the way you communicate, it took somebody somewhere to take their time to train you on how to talk or how to communicate. So don't go out boasting, how much I know to talk. Yes, we thank God for that, and we also thank you for your talk. But remember this, for you to be able to talk, for you to be able to communicate, somebody somewhere contributed to your talk or contributed to your communication. And so we need to learn the art of respect here. We must learn to respect one another in our social life. Now, this is something that I don't want to forget, that it was the duty of a good father and a gracious father to take through his son this process of social leadership and social life, to make them understand the importance of a healthy social life and to understand the leadership that is contained therein. And so a father would train his son and tell his son, never take pride in anything, because you cannot make anything out of life without the participation of others. And that is what I would like to caution all of us, because there are people who live blindly and there are people who live so arrogantly. They have no respect for nobody. Listen to this. Whatever you have today and whatever you have become today is a contribution of other people. It is the contribution of other people that has made you to be what you are today. And so today, if you are a successful woman or a successful man, be reminded that it's not about your abilities. It is not about what you think you have. It is the contribution of other people that has made you a successful man or a successful woman. So a father would caution his son and tell them, even as he cautions his daughter, to tell them, please never take pride in anything, but always live humble, because without those other people you cannot be anything in life, neither can you make anything out of life. And so I want to speak to all of us who are feeling like they're strong in their own unique way. Yes, for you to become that strong, somebody somewhere participated in your life. And that's why I'm saying it is needful that all people get to understand that they are important in their own making, and they are special in their own making, and they are good, and they are better in their own making. So don't allow yourself, do not allow yourself to be demeaned. Do not allow yourself to be carried like like something to be wasted. No, you need to rise to the occasion and tell yourself, I may not match their education, but I have something so special in me. I may not match their politics, but I have something special that they do not have. I may not match their business capacity, but I have something special in me. This is something that all of us need to understand. It is not about trying to compare ourselves with others. It's about understanding that in social life, all of us matters. The poor matters, the rich matters, the illiterate matters, the educated or the illiterate matters, and also the literate matters. Those that are informed matters. Those that have no information, they matter in their own unique ways. And so nobody should look others down, because there are things in your life, my brother, my sister, you cannot do without the contribution of the weak that you see around, the contribution of the poor that you see around, the contribution of the strong that you see around, the contribution of the educated that you see around. We need one another. God created all of us that we may appreciate one another and complement one another in areas of weakness and in areas from where we cannot be able to perform in the best way possible. So these are the things that ought to be understood in social life. I know I'm talking to millions of people who have carried themselves, from a very low altitude. There's others have suffered, inferiority complex because they compared themselves with the strong, and it's like they had no room from where to survive. Listen to this. All of us need to carry ourselves with some dignity. All of us need to respect ourselves. We need to carry ourselves strong, because we are part of what is happening in our society, and we are part of what is happening in the lives of other many that we even don't know. We are part of this success. We are part part of building this world. And so let nobody look themselves down. Neither should you allow other people to look you down. Neither should you allow other people to overshadow you. You need to rise in your own capacity and make some contribution. And because I don't want to rush any one of us into this, allow me to switch to the other side of the studio and bring to us another number, and I hope that you are going to enjoy. Good. I want to give this approach to what I'm saying by giving us an example. Maybe let me just give an example with myself here. Maybe I have all the money with me, and probably I want to start a supermarket or maybe another business. Let me tell you, I may be having the grace to have all the money in the world, but it will not, such money may not contribute to my success if I don't incorporate other people in my business or in my business idea. Listen to this. Let's single out maybe a business like the business of the supermarket. Now, there in the supermarket, we have the cashiers, we have the managers, we have the transporters, we have the cleaners, we have the watchmen or the guards who protect the business. All these people are very essential for our success in that business. Now, having all the money does not mean that you have the best supermarket. You can have all the money, but if you do not have the knowledge on how to incorporate other people in your business, in your idea, let me tell you, you'll die with your money and you not make any impact and you not make any move in this world. Hear this. To everyone who must succeed, they must understand. If you are to start a supermarket, you must learn to respect the guard at the door. You must learn to respect the cashiers. You must learn to respect them that do transport. You must learn to respect those who handle other matters. And you must also learn to respect everybody, no matter how small their duties are in that business. If you do not understand that, I'm telling you, you'll always blame people for your own failures, and sometimes you get angry, you get bitter for no good reason. The reason being, nobody may be trained you on how to carry on a healthy social life. That might be the reason as to why you have always failed in whatever you start. You have always failed and lost money in whatever ideas you start to grow. Listen to this. Most of the times we don't fail because we don't have what it takes to carry on something. We fail because our social lives are wanting. Most of the time we don't thrive the way it should be because our social lives are wanting. And that's why today we are giving ourselves some allowance to learn how best to develop in us a healthy social life, because if our social lives are wanting, it does not matter how educated we are, how strong we are, how informed we are, or how excellent we are in other fields. It does not count on all that. It counts on how best you know on how great in social matters. It counts on how best you know how to connect with other people and incorporate other people in your businesses. And so from this moment, learn to understand you can be highly educated but very poor. You can be very strong but very poor in other areas. You can be very informed but very poor. You can be having all the money in the world but very poor socially. Listen to this. It is in the heart of God that all people learn to socialize, because it is in the social life that we discover our successes. It is in the social life that we discover our connections. It is in our social lives that we discover the dreams that we carry with us. It is in the social life that we discover the talents that we carry with us. Now, what am I trying to communicate to us? I'm saying, for your dream to become a reality, people must be involved. For a business to become a reality, people must be involved. For a great connection to come your way, people must be involved. For an opportunity to come your way, people must be involved. So in all that we are and in all that we have, we must remind ourselves that the victory we need today is hidden in somebody else. The success that I need today is with somebody else. The connection that I want to have today is with somebody else. The better life that I want to live is hidden in somebody else. Anything about life and life development is hidden in other people. The talent that is in you will only become a reality through other people. You can have the best talent, you can have the best gifts, you can have the best abilities, but if your social life is wanting, I want to promise you, you'll die with all that potential, and it will not help you. It will not build you up. It will not make you different. And so today, I want all of us to understand and be reminded the topic today involves all of us. It touches all of us, daughters and sons, old and young. We need to rise and ask God to help us heal in our social life, to help us understand the importance of social life. Let me tell you, somebody, you do not know how bitter it is when you just lock yourself, or when you withdraw from people and think that you're going to succeed in life. The moment you learn to withdraw, the moment you learn to cut connections off from your life, I'm telling you, you are digging your own grave, and some days you'll be buried there. I'm here to emphasize and to encourage people to appreciate social connections and and to practice a healthy social life, because if we don't do so, we are going to mess ourselves. We are going to kill ourselves. So from today, understand that you are a social being. I am a social being, and I need to interact with those other beings, those other human beings. You need also to interact with those other human beings, because in them there are things that they have, things that you cannot do, things that you cannot carry on with until you involve them or you incorporate them in your life. So from today, change your perception, change your mindset, and start incorporating people in your life. Now, I must give us some caution here. Listen to this. We don't incorporate people in our lives, or we don't socialize with people because they are perfect, but we socialize with people because we know they have something that we do not have. We may not like them, but in them there is something that you need and something that they have that you do not have. Now, let me just take a case of operation. You need the votes of the people. You don't just approach them that are known to you and them that are from your social crab. No, you go to everybody because you know everybody matters in matters vote. Yes, the same thing to all individuals in all capacities. You must understand that all people matter in the contribution of your future, the contribution of your development, the contribution of your success. Everyone matters. So don't look them down, don't despise them, but let you appreciate all people, and it will be well with you. So as I come back, I'll come back and make some conclusion, and I believe that those of us that are lost, those of us that are in the bushes, those of us that are in darkness, those of us that are feeling like they're not worthy to live, I want to promise all of you, as I make these conclusions, you'll have a reason to celebrate, you'll have a reason to live again. So let's switch to the other side of the studio and receive this number, and I hope that you're going to enjoy. Yes, thank you so very much, our sister, for your good song. The Lord bless you. Now, I just want to mention something here. It may not augur well with many, but it's like we are losing it as a society. We have a society from where people no longer socialize. People want to live so independent. People want to lock themselves. They don't want nothing. They don't want nothing to do with other people. It's like we are segregating ourselves. We want just to contain our own things, and we don't want nobody else to interfere with our lives. And not forgetting to mention what is killing our young people. Today, our young people have no power to socialize, and they don't know the magic in the social life because they are so much hooked to these gadgets. What gadgets? The mobile phones and the like, and that whatever they need, instead of them interacting with other people to learn from them some new skills, to learn from them how things ought to be done, they rush to these gadgets. Their eyes are fixed on the TV day long. They don't have time to socialize with other people. Let me tell you the danger that is coming our way. I don't know who will be able to handle this. Let me tell you, there is no one gadget that can improve your social life. Your social life can only improve when you learn to interact with other people. Can I say it again? That there is no one gadget that can make you better socially. Your social life can only improve the moment you allow yourself to start interacting with other people. And that one, you take it or leave it. That is how it is. And the world that we are about to see some days here, it is a world that will be very weak and very corrupt. A world whereby people will not be able to hold together, but people will create their own enmity. Now listen to this. How do we deal with enmity? We deal with an enmity once we get to interact with other people, once we get to relate with other people. But the moment we single ourselves out, the moment we withdraw from other people, we have a reason to rise against one another, and we have a reason to hate one another. We have a reason not to appreciate one another, we become so selfish. God never created any one of us to become selfish, but God created all of us that we may benefit one another. Now, when we deny ourselves such a chance to benefit one another, where is this world headed to? Where are the families headed to? We need to start appreciating the power that is hidden in social life, the good that is hidden in social life. So we need to work on our sons and our daughters and allow them to understand that they are becoming failures by the day. Anytime they withdraw from social life, they are becoming poor by the day. Anytime they don't know how to associate with other people. And be reminded of this, that you cannot make business by yourself. You need to make business with other people. You need to excel through other people. You need promotion through other people. Listen and listen carefully. No business succeeds because you are so qualified. It only succeeds because you involve other people. You incorporate other people in that business. No dream will ever carry itself because you have a big dream in yourself. That dream will only become a reality when other people start learning with it. That talent will only become beneficial when you allow other people to get involved, or when you allow other people to help you manage that talent in a better way. What am I trying to say? The devil is so cunning, and the devil knows that when he destroys our social life, everything about us will come down. Everything about us will be destroyed. So we need to understand from today that iron sharpens iron. Can I say it again? We need to understand, my daughters and my sons, we need to understand that iron sharpens iron. And it does not matter how many PhD you have, how many degrees, how many masters you have. As long as that knowledge is contained in you, you will be a very poor PhD holder. As long as that master's degree is contained in you, and that the knowledge you have cannot cannot help other people or cannot shape other people. Let me tell you, you are dying slowly in your knowledge. Listen and listen carefully. Everything that we have inside of us will only be meaningful, will only be beneficial once we learn the art of incorporating other people, the art of socializing with other people. It does not matter how qualified I am as a preacher. If I don't incorporate other people in my preaching, if I don't allow other people to sharpen my skills, let me tell you, I'll die with my good preaching, and I'll not make any impact, and I'll not impact anyone in this world. So we are talking about carrying within us a healthy social life. Listen to this. You may be having the best yields of your crops, but if you don't know how to interact with people to look for market, the good crop and the good yields that you have stored in your store will go into waste. Listen to this. None of us is immune from this. A farmer who knows how best to farm, but they do not know how best to interact with other people, they'll just get tired for no good reason. They'll have the yields, yes, they'll have the final product, yes, but it will be it will go into wastage, because for that final product to make to benefit us, there must come a people who will help us sell, or of whom we will sell our product to, in order for us to have some money. Listen to this. They are good people all over, but who are dying slowly. They are dying slow death because their social lives are wanting. I started by saying, if your social life is wanting, be ready to sleep hungry. If your social life is wanting, Be ready to lose opportunities. If your social life is wanting, be ready to lose businesses. If your social life is wanting, you are going to struggle so much in this world. And that's why Mataro TV is taking this opportunity to encourage many and to make many understand their failures and to understand how they ought to come out of such failures. I know there are millions of people who do not know where their problem starts from or where their failure started. Listen to this. When your social life is wanting, you'll fail in many areas. When your social life is wanting, many things will go wrong in your life. But how do we do now, having realized this? We need to take a positive step and start small and start growing into that direction. I don't want you to rush into anything, but from today, take a step and find a friend. Can I say it again? From today, take a step and a positive step and find a friend. A friend who can speak direct into your life. A friend who can challenge you. A friend who can advise you. A friend who can challenge your ideas. Look for a friend who will help you understand yourself better. For your information, we even understand ourselves better through friends. We even understand ourselves better through other people. We may be carrying a God in ourselves, but we know nothing about such God. But when we interact with those other people, they are the people who bring out the God that we have carried with us for years. Listen to this and listen carefully. Don't boast about education. Don't boast about the knowledge you have. Don't boast about this or that. All such cannot make you anything out of life. The only thing that help you become something is when you allow God's creation to carry on in your life. And what is this God's creation? God created all of us as social beings such that we may socialize. And the moment we stop God's work, everything about us stops. Can I say it again? Anytime we stop God's work or God's idea about the human being, everything about us stops. And that's why any person who denies that there is a God in heaven, give them time. Nobody can deny that there is a creator in heaven. Now, the moment they try to argue it out, the moment they try to fight that truth, now it's just a matter of time their destruction comes their way. I've heard of prominent people who said evil and wicked things about God and they never survived. I've ever heard proud people talk nonsense before God and it never took them long. I mean, their days were cut short. That's what I'm trying to say. Anytime you interfere with the plan of God towards humanity, you destroy yourself, you cut short your life, and you cut short your joy, you cut short your happiness. From today, I hope I've communicated to a million of people. I've communicated to young and the old, and it is your high time to rise from your fall and to rise from your failures and start living. Tell yourself, I'll start living. Yes, don't just assume that you are living. Start living. It is high time that you start enjoying what God created. It is high time that you start enjoying God companionship. Listen to this. It is needful that our social life be improved. It is needful that our social life be developed. And every good father should hear this. Start speaking to your boys. Start speaking to your daughters the importance of a healthy social life. Because if you don't prepare them that way, they'll be misused. They'll be mistreated. They'll be overcome, and they'll be treated affected in a very negative way. So it is high time that we nurture good social lives in our sons and our daughters. Let them not lock themselves inside. Let them have time to interact. Let them have time to do things together with other people. And by so doing, doors of opportunities will open up. Best talents will be realized. Best abilities will be realized. Best skills will be realized. Such are hidden, and such are covered when our social life are wanting. And today, I hope I've communicated. I hope I have trained somebody to understand the importance of social life. So if you have heard this message, if you have heard this lesson and it has attached to your life, please help many to come out of their failures. Help many to realize the importance of social life. In my tribe, we have a saying that anytime you pull from other people, you appreciate poverty. But every time you allow yourself to interact with other people, you prepare a ground to becoming a rich person and a wealthy person. So get to understand nothing just happens. People causes things to happen, and you are among those that God is waiting to cause things happen. You are among those that God is waiting to cause things happen. Now imagine I'm not doing what I'm doing. Do you know how many people would die in their ignorance? If I'm not doing what I'm doing right now, do you know how many sons would die frustrated? Do you know how many daughters would die frustrated? But because I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm touching lives all over. And I believe I'm also learning from other people. It is not all about me. I have borrowed so much from other people, and I like interacting with people, borrowing ideas from other people, running from other people. It is important that we appreciate these. Now I believe you have gotten it, and in our next lesson I'm going to teach us about religious leadership, and I'm going to expose many things that are going wrong in a religious arena. Because if there are people who are wanting in their social life, these are believers. Believers are very poor in their social life. But we are going to mentor all until we come to the point of understanding the importance of social life. May God bless you, and I promise you I'll come back and I'll teach us on religious leadership, because I would hate to see a people who was very successful before they met Jesus, and maybe they became very poor and frustrated after meeting Jesus. I'm going to show you how to come out of that, and you're going to shine again. I want to talk to a people who are professionals maybe before they met Jesus, but today they are without jobs. They cannot make anything out of life. They only want to go to heaven. No, that's a misconception. And that's why in our next lesson I'll teach us on religious leadership, lest you become a failure in life, lest you become useless in this life. I want you to become useful even while in the kingdom of God. God bless you, and let's go to the other side of the studio and receive a number.